Hey wrestling fans, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, thanks for watching my video today. I decided to do it outside because it's such a beautiful day today. Hey, I need to talk a little bit about some of these storylines that are going on in WWE, okay? We're talking about, what are the current storylines going on right now? Here are the strongest storylines, okay? You've got the Roman Reigns and Authority going on. That's a storyline. You've got, you really have the Daniel Bryan, even though he's out. But technically, it's the Daniel Bryan with the Authority, really Stephanie McMahon, and involving Kane. The third one is Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins with Dean Ambrose. Okay, they have their own storyline kind of going on there too, right? It all kind of revolves around the Authority too, to tell you the truth, right? So anyway, these are your main storylines, and then one that you also have that's in there that I don't know if I would consider one of the strongest ones, but the Usos versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Okay, so we may consider that it's not totally weak. But it could be better than what it is. All right. Now you have some little storylines going on that I don't think that the WWE's put really a whole lot of effort into it. Layla with Summer Rae. Big E with Rusev. I mean, hey, this thing started before, and then it supposedly ended at Payback. We heard nothing between these two guys for quite a while, and then about a week before Money in the Bank, all of a sudden they're a thing again. So I don't know, I guess they just decided, at first I got the impression that they ended it at Payback, but then right before Money in the Bank they decided, hey, let's put this back together and let them have a rematch, but they haven't announced that for a match at Payback, so I'm sorry, a match at Money in the Bank. But you know how the WWE is, the day before they'll announce, hey, we have this match, or the day of, hey, there's this new match, so you never know. These are some of the storylines that are going on. And this Cameron Naomi kind of thing going on. This, again, a little weak. But I'm really disappointed when I go through these storylines and I find out how many do not involve a champion. Listen, I would make every title, every champion be involved in some kind of storyline. So why is Bad News Barrett not in a storyline? Why is Sheamus not have his own storyline? So here, this is my view. I came out to talk a little bit today about some storylines for the champions, okay? Because I think that it's a little bit odd to not have a dozen storylines going on at one time, and how so many of these storylines don't even involve your champions. Okay, so anyway, I kind of have my blog here. Okay, I printed out my blog because I did write it up, and it's up on my blog, rickswrestlingblog.com. You can find the full article there. I'm just going to touch on some of the points, but here's what I want to talk about. So, for example, Bad News Barrett. Listen, they started something with Bad News Barrett against RVD a while back, which doesn't even make sense. The WWE has no intention on giving RVD a title. Okay, he's really somewhat of a part-time wrestler, okay? And he's really here to make other wrestlers look good. I don't think you need to make Wade Barrett look good. Put him against people who are really going to win this title. Who people like me think, hey, I don't know who's going to come away with a championship this time. All right? But we knew that RVD was going to walk away with the title. I think some people may say this is a little bit soon. And I bet you the WWE would say that. This is a little bit soon. But I think that a really good feud for Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title would be against Rusev. Now, hear me out on this one. Wade Barrett's been getting a lot of pop. People love his Bad News, and his music has been pretty cool. I think that by putting him and Rusev to battle, this would be a pretty brutal match. Now, we cannot have Rusev just kick him and win. I mean, come on. You're making some of these guys look bad. I mean, you made Big E look kind of bad. And this I don't like what they're doing. I understand that they want Rusev to be this big, heavy monster that's just going to tower over people. I understand that. Let them do that to people like Heath Slater. Let them do that to people like Zack Ryder. Sorry, it's Zack Ryder. That's how often I see him. Anyway, let them do it to those, but not to all these other ones. So how about Rusev and Wade Barrett? If you put Rusev and Wade Barrett together, but but where Wade Barrett can hold his own and Wade Barrett can take down Rusev, okay? Because he really can. Sooner or later, people are going to start taking down Rusev, okay? So, listen, Wade Barrett, I don't want him to lose the title to Rusev. Maybe he loses by some disqualifications, by some countouts, by something. But he does not lose the title. He retains that title somehow, some way. And maybe he even gets a couple of victories by countout or DQ or something. But no way take that title away from Barrett. I think he's doing great, but I think that matchup between Rusev and Wade Barrett would be awesome. I think that would be something for like SummerSlam to watch. I would love to see that at SummerSlam. Because there's a match where you think, man, there's no way Rusev's going to lose, but is Wade Barrett really going to lose the title? I mean, hey, it's going to have you thinking. And I think it's really a good way to go. All right, let's look at another title, Sheamus U.S. Championship. Okay, listen, for a little while they had Sheamus taking on Cesaro, which doesn't even make sense to me because why would WWE give Cesaro back the old title he had a couple years ago, and he held that title for a good long time. He was pretty dominant with that title, so I don't see them going backwards to give him that title again, okay? Forget the U.S. title. So it didn't make sense why you're putting these two together to wrestle, especially if you're going to have Sheamus win, because you want to build up Cesaro. He's your future. So, if you take Sheamus, though, and you turn him heel, and now you make him, and by the way, lose the title already, give it to somebody else, give it to a mid-carder that they can use that title to propel their career and propel a few other people to challenge for that title. So let's take Sheamus, let's turn him face. Heel. Let's turn him heel and have him go against John Cena, because John Cena needs something to do. We got to get him out of the title picture. We don't want him as champion. We really want him doing something else, but let's let these new guys coming up take the show and run with the show. John Cena can just move into some other type of matches. So Sheamus versus John Cena. Now Cena will not turn heel, so we have to keep him as face, but it'll be Sheamus heel versus Cena face, and I think that would be a good match. That would be a heavy hitting, pretty powerful type of match. I think that those guys would make some pretty good matches against each other. So I say let's make those two fight each other. But let's take the U.S. title out of the picture, because you're not going to give Cena the U.S. championship. Or do what I was saying with Wade Barrett and Rusev, where they these guys are kind of winning, but they're winning and that title is not changing. It's not changing hands, because you really don't want to give that title to John Cena. Alright, let's look at another title that we want to talk about. Okay, Paige, Divas Championship. Hey, listen, I think that the Tamina match with Paige ended way too soon. Not the match, but the feud. Okay, now, I'm not positive, but I think Tamina might actually be injured. But I'm not positive. But if it wasn't that she was injured, let's just say she's not. I think that feud that they had, that match they had, was great, but I don't think it should have ended there. I think they should have taken it to the next pay-per-view. See, I would have liked to see Tamina just beat down Paige, just tear her up, maybe after the match, after that loss, and just take her down, and then maybe on Raw or SmackDown wrestle non-title match, and Tamina actually beat her and actually just wipe her out, setting up another match, another rematch for the next pay-per-view, which would be what, Money in the Bank, right? Or would that have been Payback already? I'm forgetting because I don't pay that much attention to the Divas Wrestling anyway, because it's not as entertaining. But still, have her and Paige rekindle that match and carry that over until AJ Lee actually comes in, because you're plugging in Cameron, you're plugging in Naomi, and I don't think these two are worthy opponents for Paige at all. I don't think they are whatsoever. Maybe Naomi a little bit better, but still, I don't think they're at the same level. So, AJ Lee is expected to come back soon, and I'm expecting it to be a Paige versus AJ Lee at SummerSlam. And that's really the best route for them to take. Alright, let's take a look at the tag team champions, the Usos. Now, Money in the Bank is right around the corner, and I tell you what, the Usos, many people are predicting that they will lose the titles to Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. And I'm not against them losing it, because I believe that they will eventually. I believe that Eric Rowan, Luke Harper will be our future tag team champions. But I don't think they're going to do it at Money in the Bank. I actually think that the Usos are going to walk away with the championship. Now, I could be wrong. Hey, whatever happens, happens. So, but I think that the Usos and the Wyatt family have made a pretty good battle, have made a pretty good rivalry here. The only thing is that who else do you have waiting in the wings? Who else has a potential to being a tag team? So I did another blog recently where I talked about tag teams, building them up. And one tag team that I think would be awesome to put together would be a Big E and a Mark Henry, because you don't have these guys doing anything anyway. They're just jobbing the people. But these are your two most powerful wrestlers in WWE. Put these two guys together. They can go against the Usos, or they can go against Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. In fact, I like them better against the Wyatt family, because now you got brute power against two huge guys. I mean, that would be a pretty good matchup. So hey, well, watch that other blog, or read that blog I put on my website about the tag teams. But we need to do something with the tag team division over here at WWE, because it's gotten kind of weak. You've only got two main tag teams now, and that's just not going to work. I mean, unless you're TNA, because they're making it work. But otherwise, WWE isn't making that work right now. Alright, and finally, World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, we have storylines going on for this stuff right now. But WWE Championship always has a storyline. But here's the thing. I know Daniel Bryan, bad luck. He got hurt. He had to have the surgery. So technically he gets stripped of the title. Okay. Coming SummerSlam, though, I'm expecting Brock Lesnar to come in and win the title no matter who is holding it. Brock Lesnar just beat the streak. The last time we saw him at WrestleMania, he beat the streak. Oh wait, he was on Monday Night Raw, but still he beat the streak. Okay, so you have to, when SummerSlam comes around, Brock Lesnar has to have the top match, the best match, and honestly, I don't think it's going to be anything other than the world title. If they do not make it for the world title, that I have no idea. I'd be confused as how they're going to use him. It wouldn't make sense. But Brock Lesnar going against the world champion. So that leaves us with the Money in the Bank pay-per-view that's coming up. Who will be the champion, who will probably be just a temporary champion for those 2 months? My pick, John Cena. I do believe that John Cena will win that title, but it's only because he's going to hold it temporarily. I think of it this way. If the WWE is building up Roman Reigns, they're not going to give him the title for 2 months and take it away. If they're building up Bray Wyatt, they're not going to give him the title and take it away in 2 months. And Cesaro, they're not going to give him the title and take it away in 2 months. This, and again, the reason I'm saying this is because I believe Brock Lesnar will walk away with the championship. So that's only going to leave us with, they're not giving the title to Kane. Kane versus Lesnar at SummerSlam for the world title makes no sense. Del Rio versus Lesnar for the title makes no sense. It's either John Cena or Randy Orton. Now, I like the idea of Randy Orton actually winning the title. Now, I'll tell you why. Because Randy Orton's been irrelevant recently. He's done nothing. And in order for him to wake up and do something, I think he really needs to turn face. He was a good face before. If he turns face, wins that title, and then goes against Brock Lesnar, I think that's actually a pretty good match. I actually would like that match the most. But I don't think the WWE will do that. And I truly believe that they're going to have John Cena win the title, and then he'll drop the title to Lesnar at SummerSlam. So that's what I think is going to happen. But eventually, I see Daniel Bryan winning the title back from Brock Lesnar. Now, it might be at WrestleMania. It might be hopefully before then, because that's going to be a pretty long time. But I think that's the right way to go. They're going to give it to Lesnar, and then eventually Daniel Bryan will get it again. But you never know, because you also have Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns and Cesaro in the mix there. And sooner or later, WWE is going to want to give these guys a title. And I think it's going to be the world title that these guys are going to get. I don't think it's Intercontinental. Alright, hey, that's all I've got for you today. Don't let this fly away. Thanks a lot for watching my video, and we'll see you again at the next video or on my website. Take care. Bye.